Who are we, and why our leaders run in Nigeria like their private companies? If we don't know who we are, we will never make any impactful change. It is important to know who we are, and I want to tell you briefly. Nigeria was never created as a nation. It was all about business, profit, and money. None of it for us. The area now known as Nigeria was called a slave coast up to 1870. That was the point at which British had stopped slave trading and moved to palm oil as their primary commodity out of Nigeria. One of the main suppliers of palm oil was the Benin Kingdom. Oba of Varanwe was the Oba of Benin as of then. His fight with the British Empire over palm oil is one of the greatest stories of African colonial history. A man called George Gordon set up a United African Company in 1879. United African Company was later changed to National African Company. He structured the palm oil business in Niger Delta region in 1884. He structured the palm oil business in Niger Delta region, and by 1884, he had the monopoly that British would export. In 1886, Gordon violated the agreement he had with the chiefs and moved his operations into River Niger and River Benue. The company later renamed the Royal Niger Company. He tricked the chiefs into signing unfair trade deals, giving him exclusive right to export palm oil instead of what the chiefs thought would be a free trade agreement. These contracts were written in English, the language we didn't understand, and the laws that weren't our own. There was a meeting called Berlin Conference in 1884-1885, set up by first Germany's Chancellor Otto von Bismarck. No African was part of that meeting. This was where the colonial powers discussed how to carve up Africa and structure trade across our continent. We were not part of these conversations. At this conference, the Kingdom of Opobo was given to Britain. When King Jaja of Opobo tried to export his own oil, he was accused of obstructing commerce and was abducted and exiled. In 1889, King Jaja of Opobo was granted freedom, but on his way home, he was poisoned with a cup of tea. MKO Abiola on my mind. The story of King Jaja of Opobo made other chiefs wary of dealings with the British. King Koko of Nembe Brass was one of them. He tried to take down the Niger Royal Company. He attacked the headquarters in Akassa, now Bayelsa State. On January 29, 1895, King Koko captured 60 white men and lost 40 of his own soldiers. He used the 60 hostages to demand to be allowed for free trade. Kidnapping in my mind in Bayelsa area. You know how it started now. That was the agreement King Koko believed he signed with the British company. They refused, and he buyed 40 of his hostages. The British Royal Navy retaliated by leveling the city of Brass completely. On February 20th, 1895, King Koko went into exile. The British did not only take over the palm oil business, but fined his people £500 and confiscated their weapons. Tragically, King Koko committed suicide in 1898 after being branded an outlaw by the British company. The British company took over the entire Nembe Brass, Akassa, and the entire kingdom entirely. In 1800, the Niger Royal Company was sold to British government for £865.